Welcome. I'm here. There are many things happening. The show is one of them. But yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to talk about rookie wide receivers, tight ends. Someone asked me, there were a lot of comments on my tight end list on Twitter. But we have a lot of things to say. So we have a wonderful guest who I've never actually talked to in real life or on a show. But yeah, tell the people about you.
Yeah, my name's Skip Newton. I'm part of the Rookie Big Board group. I'm co-host of the Devy Big Board. I've also co-hosted the Devy Happy Hour and been doing Dynasty for, many, many years. Devy for probably 4 to 5, and just love fantasy football in all parts. So excited to be here.
I love that, and I hope you have some areas of expertise about these rookies, because I don't know how much I know.
I hope so too.
Yeah, but we'll have to see. Hutch is here.
Sorry, I'm late. Sorry.
It's okay. I was just talking about how the show was going to be canceled forever, so you didn't miss much.
What the heck?
Yeah, no, it's just really sad. No, I'm kidding. I just wanted to trick you.
I was like, you scared me for a second. I was like, come on.
Yeah, no. Patrick, how are you doing? Tell the people something.
It's good. I've put in my hours at work hard week, and it's not even hump day yet. We're halfway through, and I'm excited to have this little break from work to do fantasy football.
Tell the people more about work.
So for those that don't know, I work with kids with autism, and I help make sure that their families get the services that they are eligible for.
I love that.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. No 2 days are the same, because no two kids are the same, and no two kids need the same services. And so it's working within the system to make things right and to help families get the best that they can. And so if you, not to be political, but if you have time, talk to your senators about the importance of funding programs for kids with autism. Like it really makes a world of difference.
Yeah. I mean, we can, I don't mind. I mean, you can be political on my show. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what way to vote. I'm just going to say, go tell them like it's important to fund it. Fund your mental health services.
Yeah. Hutch, I listened to some of your podcasts earlier. How are you?
I'm doing good. I have the last 2 days I've recorded 2 podcasts because I missed the one last week, so I had to record double the last couple of days. And I just got home from work. I almost had a breakdown though, because my car on the way home, because I have a diesel engine actually for my car. It's a Chevy Cruze, but it's actually a diesel, which is really interesting.
Diesel engine. I've never heard of that.
It's a car that fills up with diesel gas.
Oh, I'm unfamiliar with that. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's not very common anymore. Diesel engines aren't around much anymore. But anyway, it's like
I thought cars ran. You just plug them in and they go now.
Yeah, you could if you want, but those cost a lot of money up front.
Oh, well, you learn something new every day, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Something new.
So yeah, I got a diesel engine, and the gas mileage runs like a long time. Like I've had the car for 2 months. This is the second time I've had to fill it up. Like this, it runs a long time. I drive a bunch. Yeah, Chevy Cruze and Justin's comment, Chevy Cruze on diesel. It's not very common at all. Like when we saw this, we were very confused, but it was a great price. We bought it. But anyway, on my way home, from school, my car started yelling at me, telling me there's no fuel left. And I was like, now, oh my God, I'm so dead, because I got to work because I had no time to like stopping at gas. Like I had to get to work. So I got to work and I was like worrying all day at work that I'm going to my car's going to break down in the middle of the road and run out of gas. But I barely made it, got some gas, and then got home. So yeah, but
did the car actually yell at you?
It was like there was alarms going off in my car. Like, and then on the
I would have been more fun if the car was actually yelling.
Well, yeah, it wasn't yelling like a person, but it was like the alarms were going off, and like, yeah, it was not.
The Chevy manufacturer just sounds like Tyler.
I was terrified. I was like, I was
disagree with him.
I was about to have a panic attack.
Well, no one's allowed to disagree with me. Otherwise, we're gonna have to do something about it. No, that's a. I've been very feisty on Twitter. Who's has anyone seen my my Twitter situation?
I've seen a couple tweets from you. You're definitely picking
I
fights
just
out
don't
there
get.
on
Like
Twitter.
honestly, I just don't give a fuck anymore. Like I don't care. Like I don't care. Like what are they gonna do? Just unfollow me? I don't care. Like it doesn't matter. I really dunked on someone. Well, I dunked on a lot of people, but yeah, you had a little Twitter situation.
Me?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, we can talk
There was
about
a little
that. Oh, that was
problem.
fantastic.
A
Oh,
little
man.
problem on your Twitter.
Oh, it was not a problem. I was laughing at my phone all day. It was
No,
fantastic.
it was hilarious.
I loved that happened. And actually, I got a Jason Moore follow out of it, actually.
I saw that.
Jason Moore
Lucky
followed me
you.
on
Where's
Twitter
my
because
follow?
of this. But yeah, it was. I mean, I've been a Ballers fan like ever since I started playing fantasy
Me too.
football.
That's how I got into fantasy
I
football.
look up to these guys like forever, and to get a follow from one of them is just insane. But anyway, yeah, this guy, I won't say his name, I won't say his Twitter handle.
It's football
but this
unlocked,
guy,
but go ahead.
go ahead.
I don't give a fuck,
That's his
dude.
handle.
Like,
Sure, that is. I will confirm that is his handle. But whatever. Yeah, I tweeted something about like toilet paper being on the wrong side, and if it's on the wrong side, you deserve to go to prison. Like that. I just made a joke, just tweeting that out, and he quote tweeted it saying, "This is if I had it on me fast enough, I would pull it up and read it." But he said, "Is this how you drive people to your fantasy football content?" Like, and he said, "Some respect the game and some respect fantasy football, but you don't, whatever." And like, he was just bashing me for tweeting about something other than football, just to drive likes and comments. And then I commented, I basically said, "I just like to have fun, and it's called having a personality," on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then everyone else started to attack this guy. Like literally all of Twitter came to attack this man, and he started defending himself, and it was just, he was burying himself. At one point he called me shortcakes, which I don't know what that even means.
what does that
I
mean?
tried to Google it, and it told me a shortcake is a biscuit. And I was like, okay, cool. You can call me a biscuit. That's fine. I don't care. It was the most ridiculous situation. But yeah, he was getting destroyed on Twitter. Like I didn't get destroyed at all. This guy was just getting abolished.
Well, that's okay. I mean,
I think he lost like 30 followers that day.
yeah.
Which
I mean,
I don't know.
Which for someone that has like 600 to begin with, like that's a significant loss in the day.
chunk.
bruh.
But don't worry, he pays the bills with Dynasty fantasy football.
Yeah, and his pin tweet was Zach Wilson QB1 over everybody quarterback, and Trevor Lawrence is quarterback 4 in that draft class for him. Like it was a weird situation.
Yeah. What
It was great though. I loved it. I loved every minute of watching those comments. It was freaking hilarious to me.
I think it's better than when I claimed that people were, I don't know, people were personally victimized by Kyle Pitts. They were totally victimized. You know what the craziest thing about that is? This crazy thing about that. That movie is from before Hutch is born. That movie is older than Hutch.
What movie?
Mean Girls?
It is. I have watched the movie though.
Yeah, it's
great.
older than you.
Yeah, Mean Girls is fantastic.
You know, that's a little problem that we learned.
Yeah.
I just
There are a lot
encouraged
of
me right
movies that are older
now.
than me.
Yeah, that's true. Patrick, you're getting a shout out here.
Oh, thank you, Nick. I will say my highlight of Twitter for the last week, and I'm not on it very much, and it got no one's attention because Elon Musk hates fun things on Twitter. So he isn't like, because I no longer pay for Twitter Blue, my tweets are now suppressed, especially my replies to messages. So I get like 2 to 5 views on a tweet as someone with 22,000 followers. Like it's bad. But I replied to someone that, yeah, it's like a simple reply will not show up in people's algorithm. I will never show up. I don't know why. I think it has to do with me canceling Twitter Blue. Regardless, someone was going after Tyler for asking for a follow after asking for help on his Dynasty roster.
Well, yeah, if you don't follow me, I'm just gonna block you.
Yeah.
I don't have time.
And
I can't keep up with 34,000 people.
He goes, I don't need to pay for full team information or questions. I make my own rules. I win my own leagues. And I looked at the draft picks on this team, and he took 5th place last year. And I was like,
no.
You took 5th place. You don't win your leagues.
Yeah. So what do the people think?
me.
What do the people think? Should I keep doing these videos? Why don't you tell me in the comments? Should I keep doing the videos, or should I retire from doing live streams? That's the important question of today. should I keep? Because I'm really thinking about. I'm actually not kidding. Like I'm really, all jokes aside, like I'm actually thinking about it because like I have had a rough time with these live streams. I mean, the Monday show, I already canceled that. And, there's a long 10-minute soliloquy at the end of yesterday's show. And if you haven't watched it, I would suggest, watch it. The rest of the show was nice too. We talked about it was good. We talked about some topics, but at the end, I kind of did a goodbye to the live Ask Tyler format. And, it was definitely, it was sad. It was a sad ending, I think, to the show. But yeah, I'm considering it. I haven't had the same, whatever you want to call it, passion or love for this videos. I mean, especially live. And I think I know why. But we'll get into that another time. But if you like it, tell me you like it, because I'm considering ending live shows. I really am. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah.
That was when you shouted out the
Hutch, you muted yourself.
I thought he was bleeping himself.
That's weird. Okay.
Can you hear me right now?
Yeah. Okay. What happened there?
My microphone unplugged. I don't.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the thing is my oh good lord. The thing is my plug is so frustrating because like if I put my phone up there to like maybe like read a stat that I wrote down or like put anything, or if I touch my computer where the plug is, it unplugs. It's like the connection there is so weak. It is so frustrating. I don't know why it does that. I just can't touch my computer.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
All
right, but anyway, we should read this question.
Yeah, I'll read it. And we will talk about football, I promise. That's not been a promise I've been keeping lately. But we will talk about it. And 10-team Superflex, oh wow. There's a lot of sirens going on out there. Do you still have the quarterbacks 2, 3, and 4? I have the 102 and don't really need a quarterback. Would it be a mistake to take JSN if it fits my roster better? What do we think about this one?
I think in a 10-team Superflex, I think in a Superflex, I think trading down to the 104 would be the smartest thing here, because if you can find the 104 manager, if they need a quarterback, trading, or even the 103 too, there are people that are willing to give up a lot just to move up those couple spots to get the quarterback. Like there are people who are willing to give up a lot. Like I've talked about it with Bijan and the 101. If you have the 101, you're not taking Bijan, you're making a mistake, because people are willing to give up an arm and a leg from any rookie pick to move up to that 101 and pick Bijan. Like I feel like you'll be able to add a lot of additional value trading down to like the 103 or the 104 and be able to also pick Jason at the same time. So I would try to trade down, but if you can't find anything, I guess. I mean, no, you know what? No, I would still take the quarterback because it's the most valuable player.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. Take the best player. I mean, trade down you're right. It's the number one option, but if you can't do it, take the best player.
Yeah. It's very hard to make trades. I mean, I play in some leagues with some people who don't like to make trades that I like. It's, I've had some experience with that. We wouldn't know anything.
Trades that you like would be ones that you are winning.
Well, I like making trades that are good for me. I like making trades that are good for me.
I
don't really like making trades that are good for other people. That's the problem. I like to make people feel guilty.
The same way, though.
I like to make people feel guilty. It's a good strategy. I'll put it out there. It's a good strategy. You want to make people feel guilty that they're not making trades, and then they'll make bad trades with you. They'll make mistakes. You have to emotionally break them down. I'm kidding. I'm not actually recommending. Low-key, I kind of am. But it does work. But that's why I don't like to play, because I'll do anything to win. I prefer to help other people. My patrons playing.
Helping people manage their teams is so much better than managing your own. It's
so much fun.
Better. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I love it because I love hearing the patrons be happy. But to be fair, most of the people who watch this show are my patrons.
Yeah,
and I know they like it, but is this what they'd like the most? Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah,
I think my solo show
the best.
That better.
It really is the best to have someone telling you you're doing a good job, especially with like this type of stuff. Like, it's really the best.
Yeah, we're working on it. Don't stop. Oh, I appreciate that. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I mean, I'm gonna do the show next week, and then we're gonna have the live streams during the draft, and then I love that. But then we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I don't know if I'm washed up or whatever, but I don't have it like I once did. So we'll have to see why I feel like that is. I feel like I have it when I do the solo shows, not live. I think that's part of it. I don't think I like knowing that the show is doing badly, like this one. When I can see the viewer count, I think I'm better when I get to record the whole thing, then publish it, and then find out how it did. I think that's better mentally for me. I think that's actually the biggest problem I'm having with doing live shows, and that's just like fucking with me. And it's just been hard. I honestly think that's really what it is more than anything else. And that's why Conan and I are going to be doing some recorded content. We're going to be more of a podcast style content. We're going to start that the week after the NFL draft. We're going to get together for a recording, probably split our recording of about an hour to an hour and a half into 3 or 4 videos to bring you guys some more short form content and better utilize Conan's strengths, because he has a lot of stuff that he's really good at that I feel like we haven't been highlighting on the channel. I want to give him a chance to do that, especially since he's been around for so long doing the show I wanted to do. I want to focus more on some of the stuff he wants to do. So look for that on the YouTube channel. Mean Twitter Tyler is a big W. Yeah, everyone loves it when I'm mean. But I've been so nice lately. Let's see. Jesse says, I really like the live streams, but I do think going to 1 per week is a good idea. Yeah, well, it's not 2 or 1. It's 1 or 0. And the Tuesday show is especially clutch in season. Yeah, that's probably true. I feel like in season, I'll feel like there's more to talk about. I'll feel more excited, but I got to be honest. Maybe this isn't a year-round thing. Maybe this isn't. It's just not a year-round thing. Maybe it's something that works in season, but off season, I don't need to be live. That might be where I end up settling, to be honest. I do agree. In season, I felt pretty good about it most of the time. Or at least I felt like I was giving something. Yeah. Really, honestly, haven't been a lot of haters on the YouTube channel. It's mostly me. The views have been a little low. I'm not going to lie. The views have been low, and that's part of what's getting me down, especially on the live show when I can see the show bombing. That is hard because I get in my head. But no, there really hasn't been a lot of bad feedback telling me that the YouTube show is bad. It's mostly just me kind of low numbers, losing passion, all that kind of stuff.
If you like the show, tell your friends, get them watching.
Yeah. It just doesn't feel like there's been a lot of excitement around it for me or for the audience. So it's tough. A little demotivated. Yeah, I will do my best. I'm way past my prime, but I appreciate this, Order 66. I will say, if you put football questions in the chat, I will answer them. I promise. I won't leave you hanging. But I do appreciate this. And thank you for looking out for me. All right. Let's see. The show sheet. There were some news items which we can talk about. I think the biggest piece of news is one piece of news I really feel is bigger than any other. And it's that the Dolphins signed Chosen Anderson. I thought that was the biggest piece of news of the week. What do we think about that?
I mean, it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
It is. Truly is. I mean, there's nothing about that that's irrelevant at all.
Okay. Let's see.
Same with the Allen Robinson trade. Not relevant.
Oh, yeah. That happened today. What did we? Does anyone have any thoughts on that? No?
There's nothing for fantasy that interesting. The Rams are paying most of his contract, so the Steelers are not like investing a lot into him. And I didn't see the details of the trade, but I bet it's not very much capital at all. So
It's a swap of sevenths.
Yeah, no, that's nothing.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that kind of salary dump in the NFL in a long time.
Yeah.
We don't see salary dumps. We just see cuts because of how friendly the deals are like towards the teams.
Yeah.
But the Rams made such a big blunder last year when they signed Allen Robinson. Gave him too much guaranteed money that they decided it had to happen, that they needed to trade him because if they cut him, the dead cap is going to be even worse.
Yep.
So they'll take a 16 spot move up in the NFL draft on the day 3 in the last half hour of the draft.
Yep.
Just to get him off the team.
Yeah. So Skip, is there anyone from Minnesota in this year's draft that at all? I feel like I don't see anyone.
Not from a fantasy perspective, no. We've got a center that could go late first, second round, but nothing fantasy wise from my squad.
Why not?
Well, okay, I forgot. Mo Ibrahim maybe could be a sleeper late. I mean, it's a deep running back class, and if he gets in the right situation, and is an injury away from getting the ball, he's a feisty running back. I mean, he runs hard, so he may be, he's probably an undrafted guy in your rookie draft, depending on how many rounds you go. But yeah, I could see him possibly having value. He's the only guy.
What about what are your opinions on Rashad Bateman?
He really has struggled. It was an ugly landing spot because of Baltimore's offense. They just don't throw the ball enough. The volume isn't what I like. So that hurt right from the get-go. He's been dealing with injuries. He's looked decent when he's on the field, but he can't stay on the field. So that's a concern. I mean, I'm not giving up on him, but I'm also trying to move him in one of my leagues where I've got him sitting on my roster and I've got some pretty good wide receiver depth. So he feels like maybe I can get him out of there and get some value for him now before, if he has one more bad season, then a lot of people are going to be just completely done with him. But it's a concern, right? He hasn't done a whole lot.
Yeah. I hate him, right?
Yes.
Maybe someone will make a trade with me in the league that we share. No, I've worn out my welcome there already. I am that league is so quiet. I accumulated a lot of picks.
Oh, it's an obscene amount of picks. Yeah,
isn't it fun that I need to get my fourths every year. That's the problem. I need to get my fourths, and then I need to trade them for thirds the next year.
It is fun to watch how you work your magic and just slightly move up year after year and round after round. It's like, good grief, every other pick's Tyler.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, you have to be ruthless, right?
What are we doing with Bateman? I've got him stuck in a rebuild where I'm like, I got stuck holding the bag on him during a missed trade.
Yeah,
not super thrilled with him.
I really don't know what to do with him, like at all.
Like, do I sell really low for him? Like, I don't want to pick this year for him because I've got plenty of picks already, and I'm trying to cut down rosters.
Where is he ranked, like consensus, like dynasty rankings wise?
What is DLF?
I'll look it up.
Yeah, where is he ranked?
I tell you where
behind the payroll.
Ranked.
I've got him ranked at wide receiver 42. Okay. He's outside the top 100 overall.
38 on DLF.
Okay.
That's before they signed Odell.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. Yeah, I've got him at 42 right now.
I have him at 41.
Wide receiver 41?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez. I'm even lower than you are, and you hate Rashad Bateman.
Yeah, I do.
So, like a late second.
Wait, where's that overall, though, for you? Is that outside top 100? Because right now he's like at 103.
Yes.
With rookies or without?
I rank with rookies.
Oh, then if you included rookies, he would be around 104, 105 to me.
All right. Got you. Yeah, we're around the same.
Yeah, I heard that you're launching a Patreon.
It's,
Little birdie told me.
Yeah. I've been tweeting about it a lot. I am gonna be like, this is like a thing that's gonna happen. This is legit going to happen. I mean, I've been working on Dynasty rankings, and on my podcast the last couple of weeks, I've been talking a lot about rookies and previewing them. I've been, giving people sneak peeks of the Dynasty rookie rankings, where they're at. I'm gonna have like a Discord channel. It's gonna be fun. There might also be some like weekly live streams of Q&A. Like there's could be a lot of things going on. There's a lot of there's gonna be a big giveaway in the beginning. I have a autographed jersey that I'm gonna be giving away to kick it off. I won't say what player it is, but it's a very highly touted player in the NFL.
Rashad Bateman.
Very exciting. What?
I said Rashad Bateman.
Yeah, Rashad Bateman. No.
Get out of the way from that.
It's defense, not offense. It's not like a. Well, I mean, you could play IDP, but not like your regular fantasy player. He's someone a little bit different. It's awesome though. I'm posting a Patreon, and I am getting really hyped for it. I've been working on it a lot, and I'm getting so excited. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be fun.
I will always say that a Patreon is a tough journey.
Yeah,
I had my Patreon for 7 months before I had even 5 patrons. So I think you'll have an easier time than I did starting. Yes. My early Patreon is not a success story. I almost gave up.
Wow.
But I always had a passion for it. So that helped me keep going. What else was I gonna talk about? Let's see. Well, Hutch, you're here. The Eagles signed Jalen Hurts to an extension.
That's right. Obviously, 51 million per year is going to be very, very expensive. But looking at his cap hits, looking at the way the contract is spread out, I'm pretty happy with the way they've done. I'm really, really, really happy with the way they've done it. I'm thinking, he's their guy. He's their franchise guy. He's the future. He's the leader of this team. Like, they got to sign him. You got to give him the contract. And I'm very happy that they got him. But it's interesting though, because he just broke the record for 51 million per year. Like, that's the most money per year ever. We still have Joe Burrow to get a contract. Justin Herbert's going to get a contract. Lamar Jackson's going to get a contract. I could see all three of those guys breaking that record very soon. Like, they all three of them could do it. So we could see like a 55 per year contract, which
Wouldn't that be nice?
Wild. Would be wild.
Oh, and Skip. So what do you think about Dalvin Cook?
I would bet money that he is not going to play for the Vikings this season. I would almost positive that I would actually bet that he won't be a Viking after draft weekend. I think he's going to get traded by the end of the draft. But if he doesn't, he'll either get moved after that. They might just outright cut him to save the money. Trading him is a better option for the Vikings. They'll save a little bit more, but
how much money would they save cutting him? I can't remember his contract. I remember I looked it up before, but it is a decent amount that they could be saving cutting him.
Yeah, if they cut him, I think it's like an $8 million cap hit, and they save $6 million. But if they trade him, they save an extra 2 point something on the.
Yeah, his cap hit right now is 14 million. And his dead cap is 8, so they would save about $6 million cutting him.
Yeah,
which, it might be worth it at the end of the day for them. Dalvin Cook, though, in Dynasty, someone I'm getting really worried about. Like, the Vikings, if they have the confidence to straight out cut him just to save $6 million, even eat $8 million at cap, it just shows how little confidence they have in him right now. And that on him on another team, even if it's a good situation, I'd be very, very concerned. Because how many situations are there for a running back that's better than the Minnesota Vikings? There's not many in the NFL. Like, the Vikings are a pretty good situation. They've been a really good situation for him workload wise. They're a solid offense. Kirk Cousins he can dump off the ball as long as he wants. Like, he's not a running quarterback. Like, it's a pretty good situation for a running back. I can't imagine that many more NFL teams that would be great for his value. So I'm getting concerned about Dalvin Cook and Dynasty. He's falling in my rankings.
He could end up in Miami, but I feel like that's always linked.
Could. Yeah, he could. He could end in Miami. That'd be interesting. That'd be very interesting. But I just don't think he's got it. I'm honestly, like, with the Vikings looking to cut him, I don't think he's got it at that point. If they're gonna eat $8 million dead cap from a running back, like I feel like they have no faith in him. It just shows they have no faith. And I don't want to have faith either at that point.
Did his domestic violence stuff ever get resolved? I remember seeing something about his court case still coming in the summer.
Yeah, nothing seemed to ever come out of that yet.
No.
So
yeah, that would be interesting.
I remember it was back in season. I remember seeing something about summer 2023 of seeing that.
Yeah, because hasn't Cook been on the trade block a little bit for a while? He's been out there for a while, right? Or
yeah,
I mean, that could be why teams aren't trading for him. Is that really why?
He had shoulder surgery, so that might be a factor where these teams are waiting until more medical news out of that. That would be my guess.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. What news do we got next, Tyler? Or do we not have any more?
Let's see. Well,
it hasn't been a crazy active week.
Raised Justin Ross's dynasty value from the
He did. He did. Yeah. It's interesting. Justin Ross. I mean, it is interesting how much the Chiefs have really ignored the wide receiver position this offseason. Like, they haven't signed anyone at all. And they do have the 30th overall pick, or 31st pick in the NFL draft. They could add a wide receiver there if they really wanted to, but it's not going to be a Jack Smith-Njigba level. It's not. I mean, Quentin Johnston and or Jordan Addison might not even be there at that pick. They might have to take, like, if they wanted to take a wide receiver, they might have to take like a Zay Flowers at that point, which would be, I would think it's a reach at 31.
I mean, they need wide receiver badly.
They do. They have nobody. I mean, obviously they have somebody. They have Kadarius Toney. They have Sky Moore. And they have apparently now who's supposed to be really talented, Justin Ross, according to Patrick Mahomes.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. But none of those guys are proven talents at all. And, Travis Kelce, he is like 33 now. Like, we could see a bit of a fall off this coming year. Like, they do need receiving help really badly.
I do remember it, actually.
Oh, yeah. That was a wild time.
I mean, the Eagles had like 2 first-round picks that year. They were going to get rid of him.
Yep.
Nothing they could do but draft quarterback.
Yep. It was just insane though. Like I remember that season when Carson Wentz was really, really struggling, and we saw like Hurts came on for like a play or two during the season, and he would just run, and our entire living room would like scream because all we wanted was Carson Wentz gone, and Jalen Hurts would be on the field, and we were all screaming. Then he'd just like run for 5 yards, and then he'd be gone, and I'd be like, "Oh crap, he's gone."
Yeah.
Oh, it was crazy. And now look where we're at now. He's signing a 5-year, $255 million contract. Holy crap.
If Addison goes in the first and Gibbs goes in the second, who are you taking? Well, that's what I expect.
That's easily Gibbs for me.
And Gibbs, more than likely.
It's Gibbs, yeah.
I mean, it depends on the exact situation, but yeah, it's almost certainly going to be Gibbs. I can't imagine. It would be hard for me to believe that it's not.
Yeah, because for me, like when you look at those two players, Gibbs is a much more proven talent to me. Like the talent gap is significant to me when you look at Jordan Addison and Jahmyr Gibbs. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is a very clear edge.
So I do want to get to, obviously I'm not having it today, but I do want to get to some of the things that the rest of you have actual insights to talk about rookie wide receivers and tight ends. So we'll finish off these questions. And then we'll move into that, and I will shut up, and I will let you guys actually talk about football, because I clearly have no interest in doing that today. Jimmy G or Deontay Johnson, 12-team Superflex?
I'll take Deontay.
I will as well.
I'll take my shot at Deontay. It's Superflex. Quarterbacks are important, but Deontay Johnson. Jimmy G could get replaced in this draft. You still got to understand that. There's a chance that at 7, the Raiders get a quarterback.
Well, apparently there won't be a quarterback taken after 1 until 4. That's what I heard.
Yeah, apparently there was a report there.
Today,
I think that's complete bullcrap. There's no way that if the Texans don't take a quarterback, that would just be and the Colts too. Like what? Like they're taking quarterbacks. Like how? Like
well, they meant until 4. Until 4, as in the Colts would take the second quarterback at 4. The Texans would skip a quarterback. That's what they're saying.
Oh yeah. True. Yeah. For a second, I thought the Colts had.
So I want everyone to go on this one. Let's hear the answers to this one. So I answered this earlier, but would you take Diggs, Akers 109 and 208, or Breece Hall 1 QB half PPR Dynasty?
Wow. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot for Breece Hall. It's a lot of questionable.
Yeah. What do we think? Let's go around. Let's hear from everybody on this one.
Oh, it's a 1 QB.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That makes it so much more interesting.
Yeah.
It makes it so much tougher because 1.9 and a 1 QB. I don't want that pick. I just don't want that pick. That is a very tough pick to have. And the 2.8 too. There's not much interest there for me. I think I would like, as much as I like Akers, there's a lot of question marks with Stephon Diggs. The 1.9, 2.8, I'm not super fan of. So, and I love me some Breece Hall. Man, it's I think overall it's a very solid deal. I wouldn't like, if I saw this in a league, I wouldn't like be like angry about it or anything. I think I'll take the Breece Hall side just barely though.
I want the Breece Hall side, and I think it can flip the other way if it was full PPR. But with it being
full
half,
PPR,
I want the running back.
Make it more interesting. Yeah.
So give me Breece there. Give me the high upside talent that could be a first round startup pick. Diggs will never be that again.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it unanimous. I'm gonna go Breece Hall too.
So you don't think?
What did you take, Tyler?
I feel like it's unnecessary to pay that much, but
yeah, it is. It is. I don't think you like. I think you can get Hall for cheaper, but I still want Hall even on this side in this trade.
I get that concern about Gibbs's red zone work, but
it's very fair. Yeah, but I mean, if he's catching like 6 balls a game, like it's not gonna matter. Like Gibbs is gonna be a superstar pass catcher in an offense. If he's catching like a insane amount of passes per game, it's not gonna matter. He's gonna be insane.
Yeah. Okay, let's hear about this. So Murph says, is this the Murph? Like the Murph I would be familiar with?
I don't know.
Well, Murph, tell me if you're the Murph that I think you are. I mean, that's a very interesting thing to respond to. That statement. Hall of Famer Steve Smith recently broke down the top receiver prospects and mentioned that he thought Jordan Addison has the highest ceiling. What do you guys think?
I think it's hard to put that on Jordan Addison because of his size. At his size, at his smaller frame, it's pretty hard to say he's the highest upside. Guys, you see the top of fantasy are usually bigger wide receivers. And overall, like players, you usually see the bigger wide receivers as the one being more successful in the NFL. Like guys are 190, 200, 210, or even higher. Like I think out of this class, I think Jack Smith-Njigba is the clear-cut number 1 wide receiver. Don't hear what I'm not saying. Jack Smith-Njigba is in his own tier above everybody else, and it's not even close to me. Like Jack Smith-Njigba, wide receiver 1. But if Quentin Johnston can learn how to play the game of football, because he is an elite athlete, but he doesn't know how to play football. His hands are slippery. He doesn't know how to separate. His route tree is ridiculous. He doesn't high point the ball well, like at all. Like there are some points where like he's running down the field with the defender and he just lets the ball fall. And he doesn't jump. Like you can easily jump over this guy. Like he's like got like 4 inches on this guy. He doesn't jump to get the ball and he just lets it fall. And a couple of times on film, I noticed that led to interceptions because he wasn't willing to get up for the ball. He's a bad blocker. Like overall, he doesn't know how to play the game of football. He's an elite athlete though. If he can get coached up a little bit, he could be an elite wide receiver, like truly elite wide receiver, because that size speed profile is just so insane. He's an alien. But what do you guys think about that? Because I mean, even though I say that, I'm not very in on Quentin Johnston. I mean, he's my wide receiver 2 of the class, but I'm still very concerned about him.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, and I agree on the upside factor, but the bust factor has me concerned as well.
It's so high. Oh my goodness, it's so high.
Man, he really is like at wide receiver, he is maybe the number 1 like boom bust guy, and probably too much of a risk depending on again landing spot.
I want to see him if he gets in the first round, I'm going to be more interested.
Yeah, he probably will be first round, but man, I think Addison is one of those guys that's just going to succeed no matter where he goes. I mean, he's got speed, he can get open, he manipulates defenders, he's a good route runner. I'm a big fan of Addison. I have been since he really started balling his freshman year. So, winning the Biletnikoff Award his second season at Pittsburgh. I mean, he basically got Pickett drafted in the first round because he was so good.
Mhm.
I'm a fan. So I'm sure I'll have a lot more Jordan Addison than I will Quentin Johnston. And if that upside is realized like you're talking about, then I'll live to regret it.
One of the things I've seen over the last 4 months since everyone's declared for the NFL draft is we've nitpicked at all these wide receivers. I remember starting it off with there's 3, maybe 4 big wide receivers that are going to be the guys, and Boutte was one of them for a while. And then
Yeah,
we got back into watching film, and we watched his draft capital plummet as he failed at pro days and at the combine. And then we've seen the same type of thing with Quentin Johnston as we got dug into him more and more. We saw Addison drop a little bit as we dug into his film. The one person that didn't drop was JSN, and that came from, I think, a lack of film.
Yep.
We saw 3 games from him last year, and we're living off these highlights from 2 years ago where he looked amazing alongside 2 top-tier wide receivers and a Heisman-level quarterback who's looking at being either the pick 1 or pick 2 in this year's NFL draft. Makes a wide receiver look pretty dang good, doesn't it? So in terms of can Jordan Addison have the highest ceiling? Sure. He's got talent. He's elevated quarterbacks. He elevated Pickett, as Skip just said, to the point where he got him all the way up to first round draft capital, a quarterback that probably never deserved to even sniff the first round. But he did it. And now we've got to wonder, can he do that for someone else? He just helped Caleb Williams in his breakout with USC. Let's see it on the NFL field. He's going to be undersized. There's no fixing that. But we're already seeing the game changing in the secondary and with wide receivers. The game is becoming faster. It's more about quickness than it ever has been. So let's see what happens once he gets on the field on NFL Sundays.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll have to see. I think Jackson Smith and Jigba has the highest ceiling, but that's just me.
Yeah, he's definitely there.
He's in tier 1, but I can respect the take for sure.
Well, I don't think many people thought Justin Jefferson had the highest ceiling coming out. So It's hard. Evaluating ceiling is hard.
It's so funny looking back at Justin Jefferson. Like, he was so productive, and he looked like I went back. I was like, what did we miss with Justin Jefferson? Him being picked so late in the first round. Like, I went back and like watched some of his film and watched and looked at his numbers, and I was like, what the heck were we thinking with Justin Jefferson, having him like in the late first round? What the heck was the NFL thinking? Like, this dude was clearly just a superstar waiting to happen, and it was just like completely missed. I mean, the Eagles clearly missed it. They make Jalen Reagor. Oh, good Lord. Yeah, it was so crazy. Well, go ahead, Tyler. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
The Jefferson situation is really interesting.
It's crazy
that everyone let that happen. And the reality is, with Jefferson and Chase on that LSU team, Jefferson could have run and did what Chase did the year that they played together. But Chase, his route tree wasn't developed enough to do what Jefferson did. So for the betterment of the team, he did everything else and let Chase score all the touchdowns and look like an absolute stud, which he was. Chase was an absolute stud. But Chase took that extra time to develop, and now we see both 2 superstars in the NFL.
That's right. So was that
Mike Evans or Darren Waller?
Well, we're talking Dynasty?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, let's see. I'm going to look who I've ranked.
I'll take Mike Evans, but can I just not? Yeah, I'll take Mike Evans, I guess. Sure.
I have Mike Evans just a couple spots above Waller. So I'll take Evans, but it's close. I do really like Waller's upside with the Giants.
Dynasty.
Yes, Dynasty. I do like Waller's upside with the Giants. I think he has a lot of potential there. Because, I mean, he's just set up for so much volume. So much volume.
I'm Waller on that side.
Ooh. Interesting.
I'm on team
It
Mike
is-
Evans here.
If you
think
give me like
Evans is done.
if you give me a tight end premium though, I'll take Waller. Like any form of tight end premium, give me Waller. But I'm assuming it's like a normal PPR league or something like that, so I'll take Mike Evans.
With Baker interception maker throwing in the ball.
Oh my God, Baker. I always try to forget that, you know?
Baker Mayfield.
I mean, even Bucks fans are trying to forget that.
Yeah. Maybe I should have a Baker Mayfield impression. Maybe I should. Speaking of this, I'm not sure if I am, but I've been hearing Ask DLF a lot, so I might be the most familiar with. Yeah, potentially. I almost missed Ask DLF.
They also said I've asked a lot of super chat questions in the past. So.
Oh, I missed
Yeah,
those. You can always ask them. It would make me happy. But here I'll do for the old Ask DLF fans. I'll do a throwback for you. We want to avoid failure. Failure is bad because once you infest your dynasty team with failure, then you get used to accepting failure. And that's a big problem. We don't want to have an infestation of failure. So that's what we want to avoid. That's just a throwback for you. I'm back from when I had some life. I can still summon it if I try every hour.
Oh yeah, my goodness.
Thoughts on Swift? You trying to cancel me again? The Javonte Williams hive on Twitter is like Javonte Williams. You know, I don't even like the Javonte Williams hive on Twitter is like he's a workhorse. He's not. He's never been a leader. He's never been a workhorse in his life, ever, never, ever. And now he's hurt. Wasn't before.
And he's hurt bad.
Start doing it now. I mean.
Yeah, people forget that he split work with Carter in college. Like he,
yeah.
like, he was
Well,
never
no,
actually
they don't want to remember that because that's not convenient. Yeah. That's not convenient for their argument. You know, it's not convenient to remember that. They act as if he's just going to jump back into an 80% workload whenever he's ready.
He's still RB4. Come on, Tyler.
Oh, come on. You know, I was told that
I am.
Well, I'm not
like
my favorite Twitter back and forth that I saw was some people being like, well, I'm not quite to Javonte RB4 levels. I have him RB5. And like they separated
themselves. Is that
themselves.
Actually real?
I saw people separating
that
themselves.
Can't be real.
I saw people separating themselves from the RB4 camp.
For reference, I have him. Where do I have him? I have him at 18.
Yeah,
and according to I looked at
Fantasy
Pros ranking with I looked at Fantasy Pros Superflex rankings. The lowest overall rank they have on Javonte Williams is 65. I've got him at 72 overall. So I'm lower than every Fantasy Pros analyst that ranks with Fantasy Pros for dynasty purposes.
Well,
that's
I
where
have
we're
78.
at.
I have him at 78, and there's no rookies included.
Oh my goodness, that's brutal.
So,
What does he rank among running backs?
I mean 16 without the rookies.
16.
With the rookies, he'd probably be 20.
4 rookies above him?
You're gonna have 4 in the top 20? Okay.
Ooh.
4.
Who's your fourth? Because I know you're 3 is Charbonnet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've Charbonnet. Yeah, Charbonnet, Gibbs, and Bijan, and then Kendrick Miller's my RB4 in Dynasty, or rookies.
Yeah.
I know that's a hot take.
At the end of the day, when you're making picks, you don't have to rookie pick value. That's why people ask me they were in Superflex. They're like, "Whoa, taking Javonte, you should take Javonte over the 111." I'm like, "No, you shouldn't." The odds of they were like, "Well, what? The 111 is a mystery box." The odds of the 111 hitting versus the odds of someone with Javante's career path hitting are massively in favor of the 111. Players with Javante's career path never succeed. Never. Derrick Henry's the only one. This type of career path, timeshare, poor performance timeshare, injury, misses a lot of time, never elite at all. That player never, at running back, never succeeds. Never. Derrick Henry's the only one. And he didn't have an injury. So it's even worse. There's no success stories. You got to go back to Frank Gore. You got to go back 20 years to find it. They don't exist in today's world. There are no success stories in this career path. So
yeah,
the
running
111.
backs in the league don't get that many chances.
That's what I'm saying. the 111 has a much higher hit rate than this career path. The hit rate of this career path is 0 over the last 15 years. You don't hit this way.
Yeah.
Ever. So, and at risk of pissing off another section of Twitter, because the DeAndre Swift people are almost as loud and obnoxious as the Javonte Williams people. I must have pissed off the Denver Broncos fan base, but I can go piss off this one too. DeAndre timeshare. I don't really want him. I don't want DeAndre timeshare.
No.
I don't want DeAndre timeshare. I don't want DeAndre can't stay on the field. I don't want DeAndre
Have you ever
waste
invested in a
of
timeshare?
time. No, it's funny. I never have.
So I remember
I
seeing
never have
radio
because I never
commercial.
get a return on my investment from those.
You don't. You see that's
I know.
that's the key.
Oh, I
And
know.
there's lawyers whose whole job is to try and get you out of those timeshares because you got talked into them by someone who said this is going to be a great investment for you. Look what he's going to do. Look what he's going to do randomly in week 5. He's going to put up 28 points that week. You're gonna want him week 5, but guess what? You're going to have him in your lineup week 5. He's going to sit as your first person off the bench, and then you're going to put him in your lineup in week 6. You know how many points he's going to put up in week 6? 3.4.
It's funny. I actually didn't know you were going to say 3.4, but I just got it exactly
I love that
right.
we're on the same page there, but
Yeah.
get out of timeshares. There's no reason for it. You're never going to own that timeshare. The Lions are never going to give him the full workload.
They're not.
Every running back on that roster could go down with an injury. We could have a full Baltimore Ravens 2021 running back situation, and they will still bring someone else in.
Oh,
split
you know
that
what
workload.
today is? Today
Latavius
is
Murray will come back,
Today is April
and Devontae
18th.
Freeman.
You know what today is, right? April 18th.
What's that?
Tax day. If you're bad, the U.S. government will look into your situation. Very important. We didn't. Whatever. I enjoy the live shows. Thanks as always. Yes, I appreciate that. They play better for those who watch them live. I've noticed a decline in people watching them after. So I feel like we'll have to see. We'll have to see. There's many possibilities for the future. You work in tax? Uh-oh. You saying you work for the IRS? I don't know about that. We'll have to see about that. We'll have to see. I hope everyone paid their taxes. It's very important.
I think I had to pay some, unfortunately.
You have to pay tax? Why did you have to pay tax?
I think because I'm employed at like a grocery store. I think my dad said I didn't do them at all. My dad did them all for me, but he said I think I had to pay a little bit of tax for something. I
Oh
have no idea.
no!
I did. I'm at 16. I'm paying taxes. It sucks.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate.
Is that a thing?
What?
Well, gambling winnings. Like I can't speak on that because what if the IRS is watching the show?
I don't have time for that.
Is there enough research and enough evidence to prove? Was it negligent or was it intentional?
Little intentional evasion.
Go on a
is
wild
what you're
goose
saying?
chase.
Oh, that's
Skip, you're looking like someone who didn't pay their taxes this year.
Yeah. Did you pay your taxes this year?
Oh, yes.
You're under oath.
Absolutely.
Oh, wait. I just had a great idea. This is like my best idea ever.
Go for it.
We're going to have the fantasy football court. This is a great idea. It's so original. It's been done like 50 times, but we'll pretend it was my idea. I'm taking the credit for it. I use their idea as a springboard for my idea, where I'm going to be the judge and I'm going to yell at the litigants. The prosecution or whatever, the plaintiff is going to bring a case against the defendant. And then I'm going to scream at them. and then make a ruling not based on anything that they said. How does that sound?
Excellent.
I agree. It was my idea, so I agree that it was excellent. I love it. And we're gonna do that. Who would like to be a litigant on the show? No,
No, not me.
I'm
not
gonna be
you.
attacked.
I am not a lawyer guy.
All right.
I know
well,
you're a lawyer guy.
I don't know laws.
You keep saying the word litigate, and all that's popping in my head is the word for like oral sex, and I'm like, what the heck are you trying to say?
Well, that would be more interesting. I think more people would
Can
watch.
I change my answer now?
Who wants?
I think you're a little old for me, but we'll have to see.
The lingus.
Can I change my answer?
I don't know what was worse, that or what
Nah.
I said. What I said was just as bad.
No way. Oh my god.
This is what happens when I don't care anymore. You just. Well, to be fair though, Patrick brought that up, not me.
That was Patrick's fault.
That's true. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I plead the fifth. I have all 5
You
fingers.
can't do that. You were under oath. You can't do
I didn't
that.
swear on no Bible.
Well, you swore on the show. That's more
I
important.
swore on the show.
You didn't read the contracts before the splat on the
Skip,
stream
I
yard.
will
before you get
say
into the
that
contract.
tell us more about your life, because I feel like we haven't really gotten to know you personally, and I think I'm done answering questions about taxes and oral sex. So tell us more about you.
There's no questions about rules.
Guarantees in life.
Oh, that's a tough
Taxes, death,
transition.
and oral
Taxes,
sex.
oral sex in my life.
Yeah, tell the people they're probably interested.
You think? I don't know. I mean, 48 years old, married, 2 kids.
Wait,
work
you're
in
48?
IT. I'm 48.
What?
Just last week. Yeah.
I was calling you old, and I thought you were like 35. You're 48?
48?
48.
Can I please look like that when I'm 48?
Oh, that would be.
I am
yeah.
blessed with looking younger than
You
my
are
age.
I
Get that a lot.
literally thought you were like 35.
Oh yeah, I would definitely
Some-
guess.
And it's
like-
crazy
Something in
that
that
I
Midwest
would be
water.
much closer in age to a 35-year-old than I am in age to Hutch. But
I would- Wait, you are Tyler?
I'm 28.
Yeah, 28.
So I'm much closer to 35 than I am
Yeah.
to you. Yeah. I know I seem like I'm younger. But
Yeah,
I also
would
feel like
not-
sometimes I talk like I'm an old man. Oh, in my younger years, I enjoyed doing the show much more. I had much more energy. But now, in my retirement home with my oatmeal, I just sit here and criticize young whippersnappers on Twitter. I should do that impression. I
was
should do
waiting
more
for-
impressions.
Great.
I was waiting for the dentures to fall out there. Like,
I have a great dentist. I'm not gonna lie, great dentist. He's very good.
So do I, but I'm married to her. So,
Oh, your wife's a dentist?
yes.
talk about oral work.
Oh,
There you go.
oh.
It all comes back to that. Found the theme of
a little.
the show.
So my age is I'm actually only 12 years old, and I can only make sex
Don't
jokes.
you have like a child? That's a little weird that you're only 12 years old
Seriously.
and you're already a father. That seems like a little problem.
Oh my god.
Many would say so, but in reality, I'm actually 28. So
Wait, so I think you by the time you're done, you could have 7 children.
I mean that's how the male anatomy works. Like
Well, you could have. I mean, some people like had 500
You could be Nick
children.
Cannon.
it's like draft picks. It's
Or
like
Antonio
packaging-
Cromartie.
It's packaging them together. Go full Nick Cannon on this,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
and then just forget
Hutch,
one of them.
Tell the people about your comedy podcast.
My comedy podcast? Oh yeah, me and a school friend of mine, Grayson, we've been friends forever, but we actually came together and started a comedy podcast. It's called Into the Minds of Two Idiots. It's a great title because we're both.
I feel like it's
Idiot.
not aptly named. I feel like you're pretty smart.
I mean, I think I'm good I'm smart when it comes to fantasy football, but on that podcast, I'm definitely an idiot. And we just like literally we just play games, do nonsense, talk about all the most random crap. Like we were playing 5 second rule. We made up our own prompts. We've done spelling bees. We answer listener questions. What else? What other kinds of crazy crap?
You eat bread in a very weird way.
Oh my god,
that
we
one
did.
was a little
That was
problem.
it was amazing. It was fantastic. No, we did a ASMR episode, and Grayson, we did it's something in the Tramp. What's it called?
Lady and the Tramp.
Lady in the Tramp. Yeah, we did like that kind of stuff. We ate bread on mic, and someone took a video of us, and it was fantastic. I posted it on my Twitter for like 2 minutes, and then I deleted it because I was like, that's not.
Well, when I start my fantasy football OnlyFans,
but Tyler saw it, and then he shouted it out to me on one of our live streams recently.
Yeah, it
He
was a
saw it,
little
and he
problem.
shouted it out to me. It was great. I love the video. I don't regret it. I still have my phone somewhere. But
I think I think I should post the
it.
outtakes of me doing my own YouTube videos. I'm like, I'm starting, like I'm recording. And Dalton Kincaid is a very interesting tight end in this class. But then, well, oh, shit. Fuck! That's what my outtakes look like.
It's funny. Yeah, when I do podcast stuff and videos, I treat it like it's live. Like if I mess up,
I
something,
don't do that.
Pick it up. I pick it up and just go with it. Like I've like edited a podcast maybe like one time.
No, I don't edit.
Because I like sneezed in the middle of it.
I don't edit, but if I'm doing a
it.
short video, I'll just redo it if I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't really ever do.
I don't know how to edit
videos. I don't really do short videos very often.
Aaron Jones this year is an RB3 on a competing roster.
He's more than RB3.
You're in good shape. You're in good shape.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good, right?
He's probably gonna. At the end of the day, he's probably gonna finish as like a top 12 running back because he does it every year. But yeah, he's a very high-end RB2 that you can have on your team. If you have him as RB3, you're set. You're locked.
The Packers' offense will be just as good as last year. That's where I'm at as a Packers fan.
Especially
that was also last year's quarterback. Last year's offense wasn't good.
It wasn't great, especially with Jordan Love as a quarterback. If he's struggling, not finding great options, like if he's not really doing very well, dumping off the ball to Aaron Jones sounds like a great idea. So I think Aaron Jones is gonna be fine as a receiver. He's gonna be good as a runner. Like Aaron Jones is gonna be great. It doesn't matter. He's great.
I have a question for you. It's very important. Did Tyler Johnson get screwed?
I don't think so. It was obviously a horrible landing spot with the talent that was already there with Godwin and Evans, but no, I think if he was going to make it, he'd have earned more targets. He just wasn't quite good enough.
Because targets are what?
Earned. Always.
That's right.
Given as birthday presents.
Oh my God. I was like, I had a day on Twitter with that one.
What? Target pairs?
Oh,
targets
God.
earned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so over it.
Targets earned. They really are.
Apparently, also, I'm like Kyle Pitts' biggest fan.
Where do you have him ranked in Dynasty?
Tight end 1.
tight end 1, but like overall, because like that's the more.
Well, that depends on the format, but
obviously, yeah.
I have
right
it
now
pretty
for me,
high.
like regular PPR Dynasty Superflex, he's at 26 right now for me, which I think is a bit low compared to consensus.
Well, regular
most people have him
Superflex,
around
not
20.
premium. I have him. Oh, actually, no. Regular Superflex, not premium. I would have him at 26. Same as you.
Right there.
Yeah, and premium is a lot higher.
Very smart.
But yeah, no, not premium is quite a bit lower.
Yeah.
Premium adds a lot.
Premium would very much boost his value.
Thoughts on Eckler? Let's get some thoughts on Eckler.
Ooh, Eckler. I think you got one more season with him being a good back in this great offense. I think you got one more year with Eckler. I am obviously concerned because it doesn't seem like he wants to take the giant workload. It seems like he wants his career to be spread out more and he wants to take less touches. But I don't know if he's going to have much of a choice. I think they're going to force feed him the football and he's going to be great for fantasy and he's going to be a fantastic asset. So I'd be valuing him as like a mid to low RB1 just because the concerns around what he wants with his offense and maybe not top 5, but like top 6 to 8 running back for fantasy right there. That's where I'd probably have Eckler ranked for redraft purposes.
My take on Austin Eckler is it's better to score more fantasy points than less fantasy points.
That's a great take. How could I never thought of that?
It's funny. I actually think it doesn't get talked about enough. I really do. I think people need to say it more often. Anyone else have any thoughts on Eckler other than that?
Tyler, go tweet that after the show.
Oh, I did actually once. I tweeted it, got 300 likes.
Of course it did.
Mhm.
It's Twitter
You
stupid.
know, my post about everything I tweeted.
And then underneath it, just reply to yourself and just say, that's
Well,
why I'm
you know,
thinking
people don't like
1.11
that.
over Javonte.
People don't like that I retweet my own tweets and reply to myself. But, you know, why would I want to talk to anyone else if I can talk to me? I'm going to always be nice to me. That's actually not true. A lot of people in the fantasy football community are hard on themselves.
Back to Eckler. I talked about Eckler last week. Go watch Eckler. Go watch our show last week.
I did not. For some reason, it looked like I flipped off the camera. I did not flip off the camera. I like raised my finger up.
Oh, here.
No.
There you go.
I raised my hand. I raised my hand up and like one
let's
finger here. It
go.
looks like I flipped off the camera. I was like, I did not do that.
I have to mark all these shows as not safe for kids. When I'm doing my YouTube.
We literally have a child on here.
One time a podcast. One time I did that on a podcast.
I mean, when we have Ryan on here, it looks like we have 2 kids on here.
I accidentally once
I love you, Ryan. You're my favorite.
When
Make your bed next time, though.
I accidentally clicked explicit content, and then I had a bunch of DMs on. I accidentally clicked it. Like there wasn't explicit content. I just accidentally clicked it and posted it, and it had the little E on it, like on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And everyone was DMing me like, "Bro, what did you do? Like, what did you do on the podcast?
Oh,
Is it okay
all of my podcasts have the little E.
I even
E
met
for
someone at
everyone.
the expo. I would shout out their names, but I met some of the expo. It was a dad and their son who said they listen to my podcast all the time. I met them at the expo last year. I genuinely almost like cried. I was like so happy because they like loved my podcast together, and it was so great because it reminded me of how me and my dad love fantasy football together. But I think it was the same guy who DM'd me. He was like, "Can I listen to this with my kid? Like, did you say something like so off?" And I was like, "No, I just did that by accident."
I would not suggest listening to this podcast with little children unless you want them to find out about our opinion of
Litigation.
oral sex related to dentistry
Mhm.
and you know, how somehow litigant got turned into some oral sex. I don't know how that happened. I still think it was a great idea. I still think I would love to have the plaintiff and the defendant, and then I'd make my ruling. I'd even have my gavel.
You
How
get
does
a
that
wig
sound?
too. You get like a wig and a robe
Oh,
too.
absolutely. You know, I would even get my judge's robe. I'd have my wig, and then you know,
One time a teacher did it in our class.
I
It was
can even do
fantastic.
Judge Judy phrases. Baloney.
We had
Yeah,
we
you-
had a teacher do that in our class since we had like a debate in like it was honors it was global studies, and we had like a debate about, I can't remember what it was about, but he dressed up full on as a judge against his will. We all bought stuff for him and made him dress up, and we all took
really?
pictures of him. Oh yeah, it was fantastic. He was like, he hated it, but we loved it. We all took pictures of him, posted them all over the place. But yeah, he did not like it, but he definitely played the part.
I need to look up some other Judge Judy phrases. I need to be ready. Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. That's an actual Judge Judy phrase. Oh, here, my favorite one is beauty fades, dumb is forever. Maybe I should, you know what? Maybe I should start a comedy show. You know, it would be good. We get to hear me talk about how much I hate everything. It would be fun. We'd see me learning that the Earth is round, and you know that the Earth orbits the sun. No, not really. I know those things, but it would be funny if that's what I was learning, right?
Ew.
What was I talking about?
You were talking about how you start a comedy podcast and learn that the Earth is
Oh,
round.
right.
Now
the
we should read the
107
question too.
Yeah, I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it. It's going to be totally read. 107. And Elijah Moore for Trey Lance at a 24 third Superflex.
I'll take the 107 and more. Most definitely.
107 and more and twice on Sundays.
Yeah.
Why
I'd rather
twice
have
on Sundays.
I
Twice
think I
on
might rather
Sundays?
have the 107 than Lance straight up, and then Elijah
easy.
Moore over the third. Yeah.
So you
That's where I'm
think
at.
they're done with Lance?
Easy.
I
think it's a
I'm-
risk.
Purdy's hurt, and they got rid of Garoppolo. Isn't it going to be Lance this year?
Yeah, but like, it's been a few years. They've seen Lance and they brought I just don't like Tyler was saying, like the first few if you see these guys with the first few years, it just doesn't work out. Like I just don't see the Lance.
He was starting the beginning of last season. He got hurt, right?
It is true
and that's a
time.
quarterback-friendly offense, right? I mean, quarterbacks succeed in San Francisco.
He has been
if
unlucky.
He's going to be the starter on day one. I'd rather have him play and then maybe his value.
He doesn't fit
does he have the lineup? Does he have the locker room? I think that locker room
doesn't fit their offense though, man. He doesn't fit their offense. The San Francisco offense is a pocket. They want a guy who can pocket pass. They want a guy who can pocket pass, just deliver the ball. Trey Lance is a guy who's electric, running the football, chucking it deep downfield. And that's not what Kyle Shanahan wants. It's what Tyler has said it many times. It's what Kyle Shanahan never wanted. He wanted Mac Jones. And now he's
I also think that
I think he's available. I don't think he's gonna be great for Dynasty.
Mac Jones is available. That would be interesting.
Yeah. And the 107, I was in a mock draft. 107 ended up being Anthony Richardson. I picked him at 107.
That's crazy. I mean, that's
nuts.
It's nuts.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't think that's gonna happen very often.
Zach Charbonnet went 106.
The flavor of the month on Richardson has faded a little bit.
I love Zach Charbonnet, but no.
People, if Zach Charbonnet gets like round 2 capital, people are gonna be.
I love Zach Charbonnet. I mean, I'm the one telling you that Zach Charbonnet is better than Kendrick Miller in every way. I love Zach Charbonnet.
He's my number 7 ranked player in Dynasty. I take him over the wide receivers, Quentin Johnston, Jordan Addison. I'm taking him over those guys. After that first 6, it's Zach Charbonnet all the way. But I mean, I won't take 106. No.
Would you rather have Trey Lance or Will Levis? That's realistically where you're at here.
Let me see. I think I have Trey Lance ranked higher. I think
that's going to be landing spot dependent for me.
Yeah,
so in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, we're making these rookie picks. Levis goes to the Colts
at 4.
You're sitting at 10. You're now sitting at 107.
I'm not taking Levis 107.
You're not taking Levis.
4.
I'd consider it depending on if someone else. I mean, it would depend on other people's landing spots. And for me,
I would not take Will Levis.
Johnston, Addison, Levis, and Charbonnet are in the same tier. And Zay Flowers is close.
I don't even think I have Levis in the first round right now.
Well, I think if he goes in the top 10, I'm going to have him in the first round. I think the lowest I'd be comfortable dropping Levis is probably at
the crazy
maybe Zay Flowers get above.
He's currently at 13 for me.
No one loves Will Levis, but yet he's sticking around in value. And I think someone's just going to take him because they feel like they can't let him fall that much farther.
Patrick, there does come a point at which even if you hate him, the value upside on him is better than the downside. I don't think at 107 he has more room to go down than he does to go up. At 111, the reverse is true. He has more room to go up than he has to go down. The range of outcomes is in your favor. So if he falls to 111, I take him. At 107, I think, maybe if like Addison, Johnston, and Charbonnet all get horrible landing spots and horrible draft capital, I'd consider it. But I would think that I would prefer one of those players. Right now, I have the 2 wide receivers ahead.
I think going back to what brought that question up is, so if we're having an honest conversation of which would you rather have in Dynasty, Trey Lance or Will Levis, because I don't want Trey Lance. I want nothing to do with Trey Lance.
But I also want nothing to do with Will Levis, so I'm with you on.
But I also
will take Trey Lance if he at least runs the football over Will Levis. He at least runs the football.
Yeah,
I don't know if Will Levis ever gets a starting job again. I think once Brock Purdy's healthy, it's his team.
You mean Trey Lance?
You mean Trey Lance?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I was saying once Brock Purdy gets healthy.
Yeah, I don't really like either of them, but Will Levis, we'll have to see. I mean, right now I have Trey Lance about equal in value to the 109, which is where I have Will Levis. So that's saying that they're very similar, but we'll have to see where Will Levis goes. I do think if Will Levis goes forward in Indianapolis, I probably would rather have Will Levis. That's a lot of draft capital. Doesn't have 2 years of failure already. We don't like failure. So I would probably lean towards what I haven't seen fail if he goes that high. If we're talking about like some of the other landing spots, like I've seen Will Levis mocked as low as like not 6 to Detroit, but 18 to Detroit, 16 to Washington, 19 to Tampa Bay, 20 to Seattle. I've seen some of those. If that's the kind of draft capital he gets, then I would drop him to 11
Yeah,
or
but
12.
at that point, I'm
And
dropping
then
he'd
go
be-
over to
He's
Lance
already
and
outside the
Trevor.
first round for me. If he gets that kind of draft capital, he might fall like into the teens, like to the teens.
Yeah. But it's going to depend on
I'm
the
just
draft
nodding.
capital. I would
I don't like
say,
anything about
I
him.
mean, what's the most likely outcome for Will Levis? I mean, what would be your expectation? I mean, the draft is a week and a half away. I mean, what would be all your guys' prediction for where Will Levis goes? For me, this question is the 107, but forgetting about this question, because the 107 doesn't have to be Will Levis. Moving on to Will Levis, where would you expect Will Levis to go? If you had to guess, you're guessing.
I think he's gonna end up in Indianapolis. I think he's gonna be another
You
bust
do?
for them.
Interesting.
I think he'll end up in Indy. It's gonna be another bust for them.
Okay.
Titans are gonna trade up to 3, draft Richardson.
Okay.
Or Texans could draft Richardson too. I think Young's going 101. I think that's decided. And then it's either gonna be, and at 2 or 3, it's gonna be Richardson, Stroud. Both those ways. Titans are gonna pick one of those two. The Texans are gonna pick one of those two, and then 4 is gonna be Will Levis. That would be my prediction for it. I think Titans make the trade. They go for it. What do you guys think?
I'm in wait and see mode when it comes to the NFL draft because me questioning it.
Why not predict something?
Because it's
try?
not worth it. You can
No,
try.
if-
You can try, but it's
flip it
not
now,
worth
and then maybe
anything.
someday we
Patrick,
come back
predict
and
it, because
reflect on
if you get it right, I'll forget about it. But if you get it wrong, I'll make sure to remember it.
So we're
I
gonna go with.
falling to 7 with Las
He's
Vegas.
going to 30.
I wouldn't
He's
be
going to
surprised
fall
if
to
they take that
30.
shot.
Las Vegas is the one team that Hutch didn't mention. That I think that
Yes,
could reasonably
Vegas
go
is the
with
one.
him.
They could go with him.
Give him half a year to sit behind Jimmy G, and then when they're 3-5, going into week 9, they say, all right, let's give
3 and
Richardson
5.
a
That's
shot.
high. They might be lower than that. I wouldn't be shocked if they're lower than that.
We'll have to wait and see. But the really unrealistic opportunity is that he's going to 31 to the Chiefs, and he's going to unseat Patrick Mahomes himself.
Wow. We're going to clip that. They're going to say, you don't know ball, Patrick.
Yeah, you don't know ball.
That's what they're going to say.
Uh-huh.
They're all going to ignore any of the context of this entire clip and how I didn't want to make any choice at all.
Nobody pays attention to context.
No.
The context is what I say it is. Anyway, like if I post it on Twitter, the context is going to be what I say the context is.
Yep.
If I say, Patrick brought up the conversation and compared Will Levis to Patrick Mahomes, like 5%
Will Levis will unseat.
and I put the link, 5% of the people, I see the click-through rate. 5% of the people are going to click on the link, and the other 95% are just going to see what I said and take my word for it that that's actually what happened. And they're going to like roast you in the comments without actually watching the video. It's my favorite thing about Twitter. Nobody actually goes to read anything.
That I'm
Nobody
off
goes to watch
Twitter,
anything.
that I'm off Twitter for the most part. Like my Twitter usage is done like 2% of what it used to be. The fact that I could walk away for a weekend and then come back to that.
Oh my god.
Like, would that be would that actually be a net positive for the show?
Any
Or
news
would
is
it be-
good news.
That's not true.
More
Yeah.
true than you think. To an extent, people, if it's really bad, then it's bad. But even people talking negatively about you, it's positive. In this industry, you want people to be talking about it.
Yeah, that's why you
doesn't
see
have
like
to be
UFF big companies posting like
Absolutely.
clickbait all the time.
That's actually one of the things I had in mind.
Misleading
Like
graphics.
it's the exact reason. It's the only reason why they post
yeah,
that. Like,
misleading.
Did you see the Chat GPT wide receiver rankings?
that was
around?
amazing.
Oh.
Those were so
Chat
great.
GPT knows nothing before 2021.
Yeah.
So like Justin Jefferson was like wide receiver 8. Michael Thomas was like wide receiver like 5.
Yeah.
And it used all the information that it gathered to make these wide receiver rankings, and everyone lost their goddamn minds.
Mhm.
You learn something new every day, you know?
I mean, some of us didn't know what diesel was before this episode.
Yeah, it's funny. I'd never heard of that. I thought it was like no. I thought it was.
I still can't tell if you're playing a part or not.
I thought it was a truck company. Like they make the diesel truck.
Yeah, because it's filled
the
by
fuel.
diesel gas.
That's the fuel.
Hey, I've never heard of that.
Okay, but here's the thing, though. I will to point out to
never
Tyler.
heard
If
of
you
that.
ask me the difference between diesel gas and normal gas, no clue. I can't tell you. I got no clue. All I know is that if you put normal gas in a diesel engine, my car's gonna die. Or if you do vice versa, that car is going to die.
That's stupid. Why isn't there just one kind of gas?
I
Why
don't
is there all
know.
these fucking kinds of gas?
That's a fantastic question. That's
so
a fantastic
stupid.
question. Like, big gas, please tell us. Why is there
Yeah,
like 4 different types
big
of gases?
gas.
Big gas. Please tell us. Why are there 3 different types of gases?
Diesel used to be way cheaper than unleaded, like the regular 87 or even the premium 89.
Yeah, it used to be cheaper, now it's more expensive.
Yeah, but now it's way more expensive.
And now big oil made it more expensive.
Big.
I gotta look into that. I'm learning that there are different types of gasoline. If you didn't notice, I'm from New York City. You think I have a car? The fact that I have a driver's license, it's a big problem. The fact that I have a driver's license is genuinely terrifying. I don't know how to drive.
Skip. In Minnesota, you guys get a bunch of the corn mix ethanol.
Yeah, there's a lot of gas stations that'll have that option.
Hey, what?
Yeah. A mixture of corn oil.
I heard a rumor. What? I heard a rumor that you could take.
It's actually really healthy
oil.
for your engine.
No, that you could take cooking oil, used cooking oil, and put it in your gasoline, and it would work. I heard a rumor about that. That sounds like it would save a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up. That's probably.
That sounds. We
vegetable
learned
oil is more
something new.
expensive than
I'm gonna suggest
unleaded.
Here's what I'm gonna suggest, though. Remember.
Okay. Cooking oil can work in a gas tank, but only if it's diesel-powered engine. If you have vegetable
now
oil,
you tell me.
And
now
you can also
tell me
use
it has to be a diesel engine.
And if you have vegetable oil, you can also use that.
So then why the fuck would you pay $4 a gallon for gasoline?
Vegetable oil is like $8 a gallon right now.
These are facts, Patrick. No one wants to hear.
Then you have to cook the vegetable oil first, and you don't even know if it's going to work to the same level.
You're already using it, so you could use it twice.
Looking at you, I can tell you don't use vegetable oils that often. I
don't use oil that often.
Looking at myself,
hold up.
Of vegetable oil.
Thank you, Patrick. I guess.
Okay, so here's the thing. It's because it said it's not as complicated as you think, but here's the thing. It said in essence, cooking oil is like vegetable oil, so it's very thick, so that your engine might have a hard time distributing it in the combustion chamber. So as a result, some of the oil may get burnt while some of it won't, and the unburnt oil will clog your engine, so it can really damage your car.
Like a plane flying over my head.
It could really. Let's just say this. Let's explain this. Please explain this like I'm 5.
So what you're saying, so let's summarize that for what the people need to hear.
Yes.
Hutch said, go put used vegetable oil in your car and then it'll work. That's the summary.
No.
If it doesn't work,
no.
Wait.
I am not a scientist.
No. It gets better. If it doesn't work, you can send your complaints to RyanPros_FF on Twitter.
Yeah, send it to him. Yeah.
There.
Shout out to Ryan.
Shout out to Ryan. You can send your complaints if your car breaks down.
Send them to him.
You can also print them off. Tape it to a brick and throw it through Josh's window.
Oh no.
No.
But Patrick, you know what the worst thing about that is?
That's too soon.
You imply that most people have a printer. Nobody has a printer.
I have a printer.
You do?
Printer.
You're a printer in school.
Printer. I barely even know her.
We have a printer in our home. Yeah.
Who has a printer?
We have a printer. That's not a weird thing to have, Tyler. A printer is totally not a weird thing to have.
It's weirder to have a printer that actually works the first time you try it.
Yeah. Right. The printer, if it doesn't work, then it's like
not having it. Sucks. I hate using it. I don't use it ever.
Does it use paper?
Yeah.
Print. I think you need to get one of those 3D printers.
Oh, the 3D. Oh, I love 3D printing stuff.
Oh, this is so much fun.
I don't have one in my house, but we had a class where we got to use it at school, and it was so fantastic.
I once made a 3D. This is going to be a very interesting story for the podcast. But I once made, me and my friend, long back in the day, we 3D printed I might still have the original mold. We 3D printed like a pipe. And we may have tried to use it for a certain activity. But it didn't really work. But it was fun. It was a fun activity.
Oh my god.
We were gonna start like a business selling
I thought
spices.
I made this thing in 3D printing in this 3D printing class once. I thought I was a genius. I made this thing like I never heard it before, but I made this thing. I called it like the drink dispenser or something like that. Like this was like in 6th grade. But I made this like big like bowl and it had like 4 holes in the bottom, and you'd put this and it would like you could sit it on top of 4 glasses. And then you pour it in the middle, and then it would dispense the drink evenly between the 4 glasses. So you don't have to pour 4 glasses. And it actually worked. Like it worked legit well. It was amazing.
Don't they have those for shots?
I'd like to.
They do have it for shot glasses, but I did it for like real glasses, and it worked so well.
Right, I want to
you also did
offer
it, like, 5 years ago, so,
$250,000 for 33% of your company.
Yeah, no, I never got to sell it. But here's the
Go
thing:
on
though,
Shark Tank.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. But
Wait,
they do have
Shark Tank
Patrick's point out,
ideas
they
for
do have
Dynasty rosters.
Oh, that
They
would be
do
great.
That'd be
Oh,
fun.
that'd be so fun. They had it. They did have for shot glasses though. I looked it up on Amazon. They do have them for shot glasses, but not for like real glasses like I made it for. It was so great. Like people loved it. I thought it was
now
totally
that you
a
said it
genius.
out loud, someone's gonna rip off your idea.
I know. I'm probably gonna scroll on Twitter and see someone like using this and be like, "Dang it, this sucks." I
Yeah,
thought I had that.
it's like
And
when I
everyone's gonna
scroll
know
through
that's
people
how you got
tweeting
your
and they
job
just
in
copy
fantasy
my
football.
tweet and word it differently.
Yeah.
Hall or
idea,
London
Shortcake.
plus 106? I forgot to answer the question.
Oh wow.
London and 106. I mean, in a super flex,
Yeah.
you're gonna get one of those top 6 players. I think that's over.
I think
Yeah.
London side.
You're
London
likely
and Gibbs.
likely at this point it's Gibbs. Yeah, likely Gibbs.
It's
And
overkill. I think.
I think just slightly. Yeah, a little bit overkill here.
Two starters.
Way over.
Because Jameer Gibbs,
Yeah.
if he goes like if Jameer Gibbs, I'm not exact. If Jameer Gibbs goes in the 1st round in Kansas City, I might have him ranked as like a top 4 dynasty back.
I mean, if I were on the cover of Vogue, I'd be even more popular than I am now. But we can say if a lot of things, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I
it's
know,
the best
I know.
case
That's
scenario.
Well, that's a legit scenario.
Me being on the cover of Vogue. Thank you, Hutch. I appreciate that. I'd love to be on the cover of Vogue.
Maybe. But I was more talking about Jameer Gibbs, but that's okay.
I know, but I just want to be on the cover of Vogue.
I know.
Give me
Well,
that one.
that was
Oh my God.
Love it. Love
I
it.
love it. All right. Burks, Pickens, and Akers or Hall?
Oh, goodness gracious.
2 wide receiver 2s and low RB2 for the RB2.
Yeah, that's basically what this question is.
Only if you're starting 11 or more. Like if you have to start.
Yeah,
a
I
ton
would
of
want it.
players,
Yeah, if it's a 10 team, so it's like
you better be starting 11 at that point.
yeah, you better be starting a lot of players. You better this better be a league where you want a lot of depth. At that point, I would take the package. But if it's not that, then I'd take Hall. As much as I love Akers, I think he's gonna have a real good season this year. I'm hoping.
I don't love him.
But I would want Hall.
Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lean that way as well. I'm sitting on 4 seconds and with stacked starters and no bench. Any good vet? Oh my God, I almost said vet flex play. Vet flex play. Can't talk. She sells seashells by the seashore.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any good vet flex play targets you try to move a second for?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I usually don't like
that question.
acquiring those types of players, but anyone
Yeah,
got a good
no.
name for this one?
A good name.
Yeah, for this question.
Amari Cooper.
Oh, that's a great one.
That's not
I love
bad.
that. That's a good name. I like that a lot, actually.
Patrick, I give you a gold star.
I'm half okay with maybe if you think your team is ready to compete.
Okay with maybe.
Getting Hopkins there.
Ooh, okay.
Especially if the current Hopkins manager is not looking great on their roster and they don't think they're going to be doing well.
Patrick, I have a really good idea. It's a really good idea. How about trading a 2023 first for Allen Robinson? That would be a good one, right? You said that
Tyler,
earlier today.
So
Stop
that
the
trade.
gaslighting.
That trade.
Patrick? Oh no, he did say it
No,
earlier today. It
I
says
did- I
right
meant
here,
to-
St. Patrick FF. Anyone want Allen Robinson for a 23 first? 6 hours ago. It says right there.
No, so
So he did say it.
that famous trade I was consulted on. I am the only person on fantasy football Twitter that was consulted on this trade because the commissioner of my home dynasty league went to college at Cornerstone University in Grand Rapids, Michigan. He lived one door down and across the hall from me. He shares a name with a certain fantasy analyst who got roasted for that same trade pre-2022 season. He texted me as a fantasy analyst that I am and said, "Hey, I'm being offered this trade, but I feel like someone knows something that I don't know. What does he know?" And I go, he doesn't know anything here. Take that trade before he turns around and withdraws it. And he then negotiated more on top of that trade.
Wow.
And got a certain fantasy analyst to trade a 23 first for Allen
When was
Robinson.
this?
This was
I didn't know you were a part of this.
Was this before he started playing for the Rams?
this was before Rams.
Okay.
This might have been mid-season when he was struggling the last season with the
Wait.
Bears.
Wait, a 2023 first, like years down
This
the
was in
line.
2020.
Like a year and a half. It was in 2021 when all the hype was around 23 first round picks.
Got it. Okay, yeah. Because like Spencer
So my-
Rattler was
so
up
my-
there in that conversation too. Remember Spencer Rattler?
My-
Oh God,
Yep.
yes.
My commissioner,
Remember him? Oh man.
Yeah.
my commissioner is in that league. That league was started when I was in college. I am not in that league. But
That is
that fantasy analyst lived 2 doors down from me as well.
Oh wow.
That's
We
fantastic.
played IM flag football together.
So
Wait,
what's that 23
what?
first? Like, what's the pick at?
Yeah. The pick ended up being like 10th pick of the 10th or 11th pick. Like
Alright.
the two of
Yeah.
them have been at the top of that league for the last like 4 years.
Got you. You're probably looking at who are you looking at? I mean, like Zay Flowers, Michael Mayer,
Zach Charbonnet. Yeah.
Zach Charbonnet. If he fall, that would be a fall. Jordan Addison.
So it's
Quentin
one of those
Johnston.
things I don't bring up that often
Why
I mean,
not?
if I were you, I'd be looking
because
at
no
him
one caught
more.
it. Like I've talked about it on Rum Boys when it first happened, but it's old news now at this point. It's a year and a half old. Like
Oh,
that
it's never
conversation.
old news.
It's a meme at this point. To
Oh,
make
yeah, here.
reference to a 23 first for Allen Robinson.
Yeah, Skip, tell the people one more time about your things. That's
Oh, yeah. I'm part of the Rookie Big Board. I do the Devy Big Board podcast, so it's all focused on Devy, and sometimes we'll throw in a Devy Happy Hour, part of the Dynasty Happy Hour podcast as well. But that's much more rare when Matt and I can actually get going on that. But that's what I'm doing.
I'm a long-time listener of that.
I know
no,
you used to
actually,
listen to
long time.
Devy Happy Hour. I get some grief from that from people like, dude, kick that out, man. We love that show. So
I agree.
someday.
I miss it in my feed. But yeah, no, Skip is one of the smartest people I know. So yeah, because he doesn't trade with me. So
I
that's
was
how you
just
know.
gonna say that. 'cause I
That's how,
don't
that's
do
you know.
trades
That's how
with
you know he's really
He
smart.
doesn't trade
He
with
doesn't
me.
trade with me. But yeah, no, I definitely appreciate you having you coming on. Sorry we didn't talk about any of the rookie wide receivers or tight ends really, but we talked about other things. Yeah, we will. Did I ever get you in a draft slot somewhere? I forget. No. All right. I
don't
will
know. I don't
DM
think so.
DM me after the show.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
See you, Hutch. See you, Patrick, man. Good to talk to you guys.
Peace.
Take care.
Good to talk to you.
Talking.
Peace. We're doing very well. Ryan is still not here, which is making me very sad. I don't
Come
know where
on,
he
Ryan.
went. He said he'd be a little late.
A little.
Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. I think we answered that. Very vague question. One
Yeah, it is
QB,
very
12
vague.
team. What could I get for
I
105
looked at
and
this,
108?
tried-
That is a very vague question.
I've been trying to like look at this and think. Like I'm just looking at like my Dynasty rankings, looking at players that I think you can get. Like, I mean, you get Brees Hall for that.
Oh, that would be nice.
I think I would take that deal. 105 and
Yeah, that
108
would
for
be
Brees
nice.
Hall. I would take that.
I would go
like that deal.
for. Could you get Jalen Waddle for that?
Yeah, I was about to say like AJ
Shoot
Brown,
high.
Jalen Waddle. Like
Shoot high. If you're gonna do it, shoot high. I mean,
I don't think someone will take that.
I
That'd be a
don't think
tough
so
one.
either. But why not? What do you have to lose, right?
I think. What if you like threw a second in there? Like if you threw like a 2024 second in there, I think you might be able to do that. 2 firsts and a second for Jalen Waddle.
Maybe.
So especially since one of them, because this is this is one QB. Oh shoot. Okay.
That's why I was
Amon
saying
Ra.
shoot high.
Yeah, I forgot one.
Amon
QB.
Ra.
One
Yeah,
QB
Patrick.
everything.
Amon
Amon
Ra
Ra.
would be on my list.
That's good.
Though these are the kind of players we're talking about, though. Shoot high. Shoot
I would-
high. If you
yeah,
can't get it, you
very
can't
much
get
high.
it. But why not
Jonathan
try?
Taylor?
Try at the top. Who?
Would you go for
Taylor?
JT?
He's not as high on my list.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah,
rather.
he's-
I was
Because
going
I'm-
to say
I
like
think
Ken
I'm personally-
Walker.
I'm personally a little higher than him compared to consensus. Like, he's my RB3. Like he's my clear cut RB3 for me in Dynasty. I don't know if I think I'm a little bit higher than most with JT, but I don't know
Some
where you
people
got
still
it.
have him at 1.
What?
Yeah. I mean, well, before Bijan. I mean, I think everyone has Bijan at 1 coming in.
Yeah, better have you John at 1.
But some people still have him at 1
Wall's still
above
fine
Hall
for me,
and,
though.
and Walker. Yeah.
Facebook
Oh.
comment sections do not have Bijan at 1 because he's never played a snap of the
Facebook
NFL.
comment
How
section,
can you rank
man.
him number
Someone
1?
was like, I am 100% sure that Bijan Robinson will be a bust. That's what they said. And I was like, are you out of your mind? Like, he's the best
don't-
running back
I like
prospect.
he's one of the best running back prospects in a long time.
You know what I'm excited for? As much as I love Kyle Pitts, I'm excited for the best tight end prospect of all time.
Brock Bowers. Oh,
Yeah.
he's so
I had a
good.
little zinger on Twitter that got 70 likes. It's like the only thing exciting about Darnell Washington's tape was Brock Bowers. I stand by it. I mean, I kind of stand by it. I'm not gonna lie.
It hurts my feelings.
I know, but Brock Bowers
does.
is so good.
He's so great, man. He's gonna be such
Yeah.
an elite football player.
Here.
I've been trying to watch some film on him lately. He is wow.
He is that
He is
dude. I
truly-
mean, I
he's
have
truly
never
insane.
I've never seen a college tight end like this, and I'm including Kyle Pitts in that.
Yeah,
Brock
he
Bowers
wow.
is the next coming.
Yeah.
I think I think the NFL teams might learn from the Kyle Pitts situation and not draft a tight end that high because you just don't get the surplus value. Because tight ends don't get paid as much as receivers. You don't get the surplus value as you do of hitting on a rookie receiver. But I think Brock Bowers is a better prospect than Kyle Pitts. At least through his first 2 years are significantly better than Kyle Pitts' first 2 in terms of receiving production. They're significantly better. It's not close.
Oh yeah.
So get excited for that. But, Darnell Washington, he had 1 catch that I liked. The video said Darnell Washington highlights, yet there was 7 Brock Bowers catches in it. And 1 from Darnell Washington. There was a lot of blocking. I really like that. He was very good at that.
Which will get him drafted by the NFL. But I think that's what makes fantasy tight ends really hard to judge coming out of college. We get these guys that had very little actual receiving work and are now in the NFL and found the field and are becoming good / great as a receiving threat.
Yeah, there are plenty. I mean, I brought that list
then-
before on this show, but there are plenty of tight ends that didn't catch many passes in college and came to be elite NFL players.
And now we have these actual elite college pass catchers. And what are they actually going to do in the NFL? Are they just going to become a wide receiver like Mike Gesicki, Evan Ingram, where they can't
Evan Ingram.
block? Or
I think
are
Dalton
they going-
Kincaid could be that next guy because he can't block to save his life. I've seen film on him where he's getting actually thrown. I've seen him thrown around by a linebacker. Like it's just wild.
Schoonmaker's interesting out of Michigan. He's going to be he's going to be interesting to see
Interesting.
where he lands and if he sees the field by the end of his rookie year. He's someone you could pick up right at the end of 2023 season. and you don't have to put on your taxi squad, but you can just get him before like waivers close for the season or something, and stash him away and say, okay, what's going to happen season 2 for him?
Yeah.
Good blocker. He'll see the field. He can catch well.
Ooh, wow.
You can find that open space.
Ooh, man. T. Higgins is mighty tempting. I do love Akers. 2.6 in a 1 quarterback. I mean, you're basically talking about like they're 2.10 in a super flex. Most like kind of like that kind of range. Oh, wow. Because in this class, that pick is gonna be valuable. Because this class is very, very deep, especially at running back. Like you're gonna get a decently valuable player there. Wow, man, that's so tough. That's really, really a tough one for me. That is insane. I think I'll take. Yeah, because if that second was more like a third or like a very late second, I think I would lean Brees. But back at 206, I think you actually get a reasonably valuable player there, especially if your rookie draft is before the NFL draft, because you could take a dart throw on a running back that ends up getting day 2 capital, and then you have a very valuable player, because running backs that get that, because this class, like this running back class, all it's going to be about is the guys who get draft capital. Like that is going to pretty much determine my dynasty rankings with them. Like I love Kendrick Miller. I think he's the 3rd most talented back in this class, and I will stand by that. But if he gets drafted, I know you don't think that, and I will stand by it. I don't care. If he gets drafted in like the 4th, 5th round, he will plummet, and he will probably end up being like my RB 5, 6, 7. Like he will plummet down my dynasty rankings. If that means Zach Charbonnet is a lock, but like, and there are so many other running backs in this class that I don't love. But if they get day 2 capital, they're going to jump up there for me. Like they draft capital is going to determine everything for these running backs. So if you get somebody at the 2.6 that ends up getting draft capital, like you're looking pretty good with this trade. So, and I love Akers' upside. T. Higgins is a fantastic player, and there's been rumors that he could get a contract extension very soon with the Bengals. So I'm going to take the Akers T 2.6 side by just a hair.
Me too.
I want the
Not
Brees
for the
side.
same reason, but
I want the Brees side.
I love Brees
I think
Hall.
I'm higher
but-
on T. Higgins than most.
That's where I was going to say is
He's
the
not my
difference is
8. Where is he at?
I'm not.
He's my 8. He's at
Right.
right.
I'm
He's
at
ranked,
9, so I'm not higher.
Scroll
he's
down
25.
for me.
He's 25 overall for me.
Keep scrolling for me. Like he's
25
probably
for me
closer. He's
also.
probably closer.
Yeah.
Probably closer to 13 to 15 for me than he
Okay,
is
so I'm
to 10.
significantly higher on him then.
That's low.
I don't see it from him. I don't see him ever having a top 5 NFL wide receiver season. So I can't say, oh, it's going to keep coming. But that's my own personal preference and how I play Dynasty.
It's fair.
And I'm okay with that.
Fair with Chase there, but
I think it's just
that
a
offense
difference
is
in player
enough.
eval more than strategy. Like I think the only difference is really how we feel about T. Higgins.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously we're gonna have differences in player eval. That's fine. I mean, I'm lower on Cam Akers than Hutch. I feel like it's easier for Hutch.
I'm higher on Akers than most. I do believe that he'll have a good season this year. Like it's just so set up. Like everything's set up right. As long as the Rams don't take a significant running back, which with where they're at as a team, it'd be very tough to see that take a significant running back. So I'm ready for Akers to be like the guy.
Yeah. All right. I think we can wrap it up there. We didn't really talk about the stuff on the show sheet, but I don't care. Anyone got anything else to plug?
Not really. I mean, follow us all on Twitter, I guess. Like Tyler FF Creator, St. Patrick FF, at Hutchinson B_FF. Follow us all on Twitter, and you can. I mean, all my content's on my Twitter page. I mean, I make videos for football guys. I make stuff for DLF and Patreon coming out. Hopefully shortly after the NFL draft, I'll release it. Then I don't have an official day yet, but I will definitely post it when I do have one. But
I love that. Patrick,
get hyped for it.
Not much. I'm here on Tuesday nights until the show gets canceled. So
yeah,
could be sooner, could be later. We don't know.
Could be sooner, could be later. Yeah. As for me, I obviously at Tyler FF Creator for everything. If you want, if you like the content, if you somehow thought the show was good, I'd really love that. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the video. All your comments mean a lot to me. They really help the algorithm. if you want to support me, my Patreon's the best way. Patreon.com/fantasy advice. And then check out all my articles at DLF. I've had a bunch of articles. I will say my passion for writing has been growing. Not ever going to be the workhorse that I once was, but I've definitely enjoyed writing. I've really enjoyed coming back to it during the off season after taking a break during the season, and it's been a lot of fun for me. I've really enjoyed writing some of these articles. Part of the reason I'm so high on Zach Charbonnet was, some of the things I found out when I wrote the Zach Charbonnet article. A little higher on Devon A-Chain because I wrote the Devon A-Chain article. A little lower on Darnell Washington because I wrote the Darnell Washington article for DLF. So, we're doing a view from certain picks series. It's interesting. There's a lot of different entries. My 109 view from the 109 article just came out. We started to do default Superflex this year for that article series. And Ryan McDowell was gracious enough to open it up to a variety of writers. He did them all himself in the past. So he opened it up to a variety of writers. I have the 109. I wrote the 105. And I'm also actually going to have the 101 article. That's going to come out.
I actually recently wrapped up a rookie reaction series with DLF too, where I just take a look at all the rookies, break down their dynasty value. So, I mean, I'm not like I don't think I'm as good as a writer like as Tyler or like a very great writer, but I do like writing. It's fun.
Yeah.
For me.
And I do think people forget. I think now it's been enough time that people forget that I used to only be a writer. I didn't have a Patreon. I didn't have YouTube. I was a writer. I didn't really do the Twitter stuff that I do now. Like, I was a writer first. That's how I got my start in the fantasy football industry.
Yeah, I was very much a Twitterer and
like
podcaster
workhorse,
first.
like the workhorse style writer. Like, that's how I got a following and like how I became known. But it's so long ago that I feel like people at this point, most people have met me after I already became established. So like they know more Tyler, the fantasy creator, not Tyler, which is the YouTube version, me, but like me, the person, not the writer. But I do still write and I do still enjoy it. And I hope that people check out those articles, check out the Patreon, and check out all the other videos that are coming. I'll be recording a Patreon question show later this week. It'll be 15 to 20 minutes of me answering questions from the patrons. It'll be available on the YouTube channel. We'll be back a week from Tuesday, 7:30 Eastern next week. And then the draft shows. I'm going to put the streams up this week, Thursday and Friday during the NFL draft. I'll be live starting at 7:30 Eastern on Thursday. I'll be there for part of it. Yeah, I'm so old, Patrick and Ryan and a lot of other people. Starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on the 27th for night 1, and then 6:30 Eastern for night 2 on the 28th. I have a lot of guests, a lot of guests. So I hope everyone checks that out. But until next time, I'll see you all later. Peace.